Good morning, everyone. Okay, recalibrating my trading view because why not? All right. You guys, I came prepared for mosquitoes. I'm not letting those things bite me again. All right, so what do we have here? Today is Wednesday? Wednesday, yes. Today's Wednesday, and economic calendar showing high impact news in 6 minutes, JOLTS job openings. And then that's pretty much it for today. It's NFP week, and the price action the whole week has been, or rather has not been, typical non-farm payroll price action, because usually NFP week is pretty choppy, but not this week. I mean, we do have a lot of sell-side liquidity over here, Monday low and Tuesday low, and also today Asia and London session. Schick ist. Mhm. Yeah, so a lot of bullishness going on. Quite a lot. I'm just gonna clean up my chart a little. So guys, I'm just cleaning up my chart and just marking up the you know, the most recent SMTs that were created. Just making sure that I have everything up to date. Esqueci. Okay, guys. You know, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thoughts. Yeah, you're asking me if I have any thoughts. Honestly, I don't. I don't have any specific thoughts about what the market is doing right now. If I would look on the 1 hour, I would definitely say long. The reason why, like 3 minutes ago, I was reluctant with long continuations was because 3 minutes ago, this current 1 hour candle was looking like a small body and long wick rejection after it filled most of the previous candle's top wick, plus the SMT divergence, which could indicate short, plus the, again, my reluctance to buy at all-time highs. But I am seeing all the I'm seeing all the stuff for which to buy, but I don't feel okay buying at all-time highs. I don't know. It's just me. I don't know if it's just me or not. But definitely, this is the reason why I marked the inversion over here, the one at 936. It's also the reason why I marked the BC at 953 and also the BC at 1009. But we'll see. If we could move, even though, you know, just looking at silver and the strength that silver has is just making me believe that it's just going to continue to move higher, including gold. I mean, just look at it. We've had like too many bullish days in a row, and you know, every time I fall into this trap of thinking that, well, too many bullish days in a row cannot continue to produce too many bullish days in a row, but there it is. It always does, you know. So yeah. Okay, 10:09. So right now this becomes the focus for now. What would you like to see to take longs? A deeper pullback. This is what I would like to see to take longs. I would like to see some SMT, SSL being taken out. For example, this area here, 53.32. I would happily sell that area and only look for longs after that. I just want to see a deeper pullback. That's it. But we have not had any pullback. I mean, the only pullback that happened was yesterday during London when I did not trade. So yesterday's London session, London kill zone, was pulling back into a nice area over here under Asia session, sweeping the low at the Asia session and then moving higher. But I was not in front of my chart here. Neither was I in front of my chart yesterday at 8:30, 9:30. I came in front of the chart at 10 a.m. And I was again reluctant to buy when price was nearing the high of the Asia session. which is where I started looking for shorts, and it's basically where I took yesterday's loss. So yeah, this is what I'd like to see to take longs, but right now it's not making any pullback. And when I say that I wanted to I want to see a pullback, I'm not just talking about 1-2 bearish candles on the 5 minutes or 1 15-minute bearish candle. I need a pullback that actually sweeps sell-side liquidity, you know, and it just didn't do that. And it keeps on not doing that. So right now, I don't know, I would probably default, oh my God. I would probably default to, you know, higher time frame confirmations. I don't know, like for example, if on the 15-minute we get a close above this area, then I'm going to wait for some sort of structure to form and then take a continuation long. But this would be on the 15 minutes. Yeah. It wouldn't really have too much to do with my own trading style. And I've marked all of this, right? Everything you see here. The 15-minute BC, this one, okay? On 9 a.m. candle. And then on the 1 minute, the 936 inversion. So you see a SIBI being respected, taking price lower, and then that price level is invalidated. You know, that SIBI is invalidated. We've got the BC forming, also nice strong closure above the swing high that previously respected the SIBI. And then we have a move down into the first BC that was created. And then another revalidation of the second BC that's created. So I don't know if you guys remember, among the first live streams that I made here on the channel, I was telling you about something which I call inception fair value gap, which is basically a fair value gap that is created as a consequence of another fair value gap being created, being, you know, tapped and respected. So basically we have the first FVG here, then price rebalances it, and then the rejection off of the first fair value gap produces another fair value gap. So basically these two are inception FVGs, this is how I call them. And then a first confirmation of a long would have been the first bullish candle that forms and closes as a rejection from the second FVG, and then this would have been the trade. Obviously right now it has more than, you know, 1.5 R, which it was like the risk to reward ratio to the first quote unquote resistance level. It already moved like 3R almost, but yeah. Again, it's a 1 minute entry. Yeah, you can call this a pullback on the 1 minute, but it's not what I want to see as a pullback, you know. So yeah, in order for me to buy, I want a pullback down into an area of sell side, preferably SMT sell side. And it's just not sweeping any sell side. All it's doing, because it's trending bullish, it's somewhat obvious that if it's trending bullish, it's only going to retrace up until a BC on the last bullish price leg that was created and that also broke structure. You know, it's only normal, right? You have a break structure here. That's the leg that broke it. Price retraces into rebalancing a BC that was created on that price leg, and then it moves higher. This is the new structure broken, the price leg that breaks it, new BC formed, and then a rebalance of that, and then move higher. I can see all these things. I just don't feel comfortable trading them because for me, they do not represent, like, I don't just want to see a move down into a BC without taking any sell side. I want a manipulation, okay? This is what I want. I want a manipulation. And it's not manipulating. It's not manipulating. The one that's manipulating is silver, but I want gold to be the one that manipulates. And it's not. If we go to the 15 minutes, you're gonna see that this past week, like you see here, this was the only manipulation that occurred over here, where gold was the one creating a lower low and silver was the one creating a higher low. Obviously, I was not at my desk to see that because it was during the Asia session. I was sleeping. But then here, okay, I was not at my desk there. And then that day, like, was super weird, super choppy. It was on Monday, which was bank holiday, Labor Day. Nothing really happened. I did take a short trade, which ended up, you know, with nice profit, but then I gave it all and additional yesterday. But for example, yesterday here, you see, gold is not manipulating. And the thing that, you know, I don't like the way it's playing is that it's not even retracing gold. It's not even retracing here so if this is the first leg of the SMT and this is the second leg of the SMT, so the first low of the SMT and then the second low of the SMT, the move down that will later on create the second low of the SMT, okay? My model tells me that I need to see this move down into an not previously balanced BC. This was already balanced, you know, the one it came down into, but anyway, you guys get my point. I'm sure you do. See, and if I come to the 15 minutes, there's literally no BC here that gold came down into to create the second low of the SMT and then reject and move higher. And that's what I need to see to go long. What would you guys like to see to go long? So for me, it's a manipulation, a sell side sweep. This is what I'd like to see. And I'm not getting that. Unfortunately. Price just consolidates and then rips up. Can't really trade like that. And I know there are a lot of traders who made a lot of money, shitload of money during this crazy bull run, but anyway. Now, Now, if price would inverse 1009 and also strongly, whatever, close under 1014, that would be a different story, because that's where I would have the confirmation to go short. Without the necessity, let's say, it would be ideal, yes, but without the necessity of creating an SMT, but it would be ideal. It would be a plus. Or another option, obviously, is, SMT followed by SIBI. Higher high on gold, lower high on silver, or gold will create a SIBI right here. I don't have an SMT yet, okay? That's a fact. And gold would create a SIBI right here. So it means that I would still have to wait an additional 6, almost 7 minutes starting now in order for this current candle to close on 5 minutes plus an additional 5-minute candle to close, so that I would have the confirmation of a SIBI forming, right? If a SIBI would form. And then, so I would have the first high of the SMT, creates the SIBI, then gold retraces into the SIBI and then rejects off of it, and therefore it creates a lower high. Silver, on the other hand, would have to create a higher high and then reject. And the rejection that would occur on silver after creating a new higher high would be a bearish candle on the 5 minutes, which would coincide at the same hour with a 5-minute bearish candle that would form as a rejection from the existing SIBI on gold. These are the two ways in which I'd go short right now. And to go long? I don't know. It's that simple. Yeah, maybe silver, sweep, gold, rejection from I don't know, 15 minutes or 30-minute BISI. 15 minutes, it already had a rejection over here, but you see, if I'm looking at this BISI that gold rejected from, I would have this low, which rejected from the BISI, and then the BISI was created after this low was created, right? So I have the first low of the SMT, then the second low of the SMT, but then there's no SMT, right? Obviously, because you have one low here, you have one low here, swing low, and then let's say, even though I don't see any swing low, but let's say we did have some pullback here, okay? This, and then this, and it's higher lows on both. So no SMT. And then you have this low with this low, higher lows. And over here you have this low with this low, again, higher lows. Of course, we did have here, which is not really visible here on the 15 minutes because these are not swing lows, right? But if I go to the 1 minute, I'm going to be able to see that, where I have a portion of price action that keeps on creating lower lows and lower highs, lower lows and lower highs, right? Whereas on silver, it just keeps on creating equal lows and equal highs. Okay, so you have price going down on gold and you have price going sideways on silver, but this is not an SMT. It's not an existing SMT. There is no SMT that states that the traded pair is going to create a lower low and your indicator pair will create equal low. No, they have to be vice versa. Okay? The traded pair has to be the one that creates equal lows. In other words, it's creating a classic support. And the indicator pair, in our case silver, should have created a higher low, which means that it's showing you underlying strength. So the indicator, because it's creating higher low, it's basically showing underlying strength. And the traded pair, which is creating equal lows, in other words, classical support, again, it's showing underlying strength. So that's a real SMT divergence. This is not. So this is why there's just no confirmations. Well, what do you know? And then there are these minor SMT divergences that they just keep on fucking occurring. You see? Here. Yeah, these just keep on occurring. And then we've had, it was something around here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. But they're 1 minute. I feel like I need to wait for more than that, you know? I can't short. No, I can't go long at all-time highs after price has been moving for 1,000 pips in 2 days. I can't go long on the 1 minute after a 50 to 60 pip pullback, which I can't even consider a pullback because it's not sweeping any sell side. I mean, yeah, I know a pullback basically is a return back into the range that price created the last time and down into a BC and, you know, imbalance, which, yeah, this is the last created range. This is the BC. This is the pullback into the BC. I understand this, but I can't apply this as a logic confirmation on the 1 minute when we're at all-time highs. And I know we've been at all-time highs for about 1,200 pips or so. Yeah, I know how that sounds ridiculous, but it is what it is. Can you take a more scalpy approach, just look for 20 pips on the 5 minutes or 1 minute or 30 seconds, or would you rather wait? I can't really feel confident scalping in a very trending market. The reason why I'm saying this is because when you're scalping, you want to be in and out of the market fast. The thing is that with a challenge account, you can get slipped, which is what happened to me yesterday. I got slipped on my stop loss by more than $100 because this is what happens in a trending market. It's just gonna, like this, if I would just consider, yeah, I'm gonna go short against the market. Obviously, you can have a scalpy approach if you want on the 1 minute in the direction of the overall market, which is bullish. And I was actually just marking up this perfect bullish trend. I'm on a 1 minute here. You have a pullback, you have a break, and then you have another pullback perfectly into the last high that was broken. And then you have another break of this one, and then price pulls back perfectly right into the bullish breaker, and then it just goes higher. And you know, it's a really shitty situation when you have a perfect bullish trend at all-time highs. Really nasty situation to find yourself in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, for me, yeah. Okay, 15-minute closed. Closing above of the area here. So normally I would take a long once price would break above here. Okay, not above previous candles high, but rather a combination of previous two candle highs, right? Like a frequency line, if you want to say, if you want to call it like that, right? Ideally, it would have been that this current candle's low would have rebalanced this, see? So like this, and then as it turns bullish and breaks above here, 35.65, go long with stop loss under the current candle. But this is also more like an approach of the type rally-based rally, okay? Or if you want, ICT style, expansion, equilibrium expansion, where you would just take a fib, put it at the low here, bring the 50% level around the midpoint of the bearish candle, and then wherever the 0% level would fall, that's where your target would be. So whether you call it rally-based rally or expansion, equilibrium expansion, yeah. But it's not smart to do this because this 15-minute candle, this current 15-minute candle, it's the last 15-minute candle out of the current 1 hour candle. So in less than 15 minutes actually. So when this 15-minute candle is going to close, and also the 30-minute will close, also the 1 hour will close. So depending on how this 1 hour candle is going to close, okay, let's say right now the 15-minute, the current 15-minute is going to go like this, and it's just going to it's going to go higher, okay? And let me just draw this thing like that. So let's say the current 15-minute is going to close, it's going to go like that, right? And I decide to go long as it would break above the level that I marked. So my entry would be like this, my stop loss under that candle, and then based on the rally-based rally thingy, you'd consider take profit to be around here, okay? And obviously the current 15-minute didn't yet rebalance that basically, so it would look sort of like this, okay? So let's say my trade would look like this. The reason why it would not be a good trade is because if I'd go to the 1 hour, the 1 hour would close and I've just entered the trade. And usually when a 1 hour candle closes, first it's going to create a down wick. So when the next 1 hour candle would open, it would first create a down wick and then start to move higher. So that down wick that the next 1 hour candle opening would basically create could actually take me out. So on the 15-minute, that would look something like candle would open, would go down, take me out, only to then continue to move up. Okay? Yeah. Okay guys, so I was telling you on Monday that we're gonna have a giveaway this Friday after NFP, 1 hour after the NFP, after 9:30 when the live stream is starting. We're gonna have a giveaway. We're giving away 2 10K accounts with Neola Markets. And then the next Friday, we're going to have another giveaway, which is going to be a little bigger than this one. So yeah, if you guys want to hear how to participate in the giveaway, just keep on watching the live stream, tomorrow's live stream, because I'm going to give more details about that over there. And if you guys have any ideas of what prizes, you know, you'd like to battle for within the upcoming giveaways, just let me know in the comments. I'm open to suggestions. Okay, now look at silver, okay? Look at silver, and if gold is not continuing the bearish move, then this is likely going to be a bounce off of this inversion. But by looking at the way it's creating the 5-minute 10-20 inversion, I'm probably gonna get, but you know, now another thing. I'm getting my pullback down into an SMT area or down into a liquidity area, right? However, it's almost 11. So yeah, it keeps on happening at these hours. Okay. Okay, this is a real SMT where you see gold creating equal highs, okay, and silver creating lower high. Okay, because silver is showing you underlying weakness, and gold is also showing underlying weakness through the fact that it's creating resistance here, classical resistance. Okay, now we'll see whether it rejects from this inversion over here, because see, silver is already sweeping sell side, but gold did not do the same thing. Okay, it's currently, it seems to be rejecting from the inversion that it created earlier, 936. And I'm gonna check the 1 hour. Yeah. Candle bodies are really starting to become smaller. And look at the huge wick rejection on silver. 30 minute already creating some sort of structure. Down here. And a little lower on the 15. Anyway, bottom line is that still for shorts, I would still want to see an invalidation, or yeah, an invalidation of, not invalidation, inversion. 1009 becoming inversion. And I'm also keeping an eye onto this. Because if price is not going to reject from 1052, and it's just going to inverse it, I'm going long. Oh my God, the mosquito's back. Oh. Hold on. I think I look like a lunatic, don't I? Hunting mosquitoes. But I can't stand them. It's full of them. Full of mosquitoes, bloody mosquitoes. Yeah, I got one mosquito bite. Smoke cigars, they won't come near you. No, 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 I'm not gonna start smoking just to send mosquitoes away. But I do have these citronella sticks, which they're supposed to keep, or I don't know, citronella spirals, which you're burning them, and the smoke, it's supposed to keep mosquitoes away, but so far it isn't really working. Okay, yeah. Ready to take on a short. With my stop loss being just above the 5-minute CB candle. I don't know why on trading it's showing such a big stop loss, because it's not this big as it is. Ah, yeah, okay. Okay, guys, that was it for today. Talk to you guys tomorrow. So don't forget, this Friday we're gonna have a giveaway, 2 10K accounts with Neoma Markets. Yeah. If you have any suggestions about what prizes to have within the upcoming giveaways, you guys let me know. And like I said, I'm open to suggestions. Bye.